So how did this advocacy come about? We were allowed to choose from a gap that affects us not just personally, but thinking about how it also affects the society at large. And two things came to mind: the environment or teen dating violence, and advocating for healthy relationships reigned more. And I wanted to tackle a subject that is very rarely brought up, especially in the Asian context, more specifically the Philippines. But what is teen dating violence? Well, teen dating violence is intimate partner violence that occurs between two young people who are currently or previously were in a romantic or intimate relationship. So there are various types of dating violence, mainly physical, psychological, sexual, and even stalking. And it may cause drastic negative effects on the victim when teen dating violence is left unresolved, such as anxiety, depression, poor academic performance, engagement in vices, suicidal thoughts, and negative body image, among others. Unfortunately, these cases are rampant in high school. The teenage years are one of the most crucial stages in human life as various adjustments occur, especially with how hormones and chemicals tend to frequently change in the brain. Teens would make decisions irrationally. And likewise, with the absence of information on establishing safe and healthy relationship at this point, when teens look forward to entering relationships, they are more prone to being exposed to toxic behaviors. With that being said, this problem is seldom discussed, yet so common. A minority, as my consultant would describe it. Moreover, I noticed such a problem occurring during my high school years, hearing the experiences of family and friends on the abuse that they had to endure during their previous toxic intimate relationships, and I, of course, had experienced it firsthand as well. So with these reasons, it further motivated me to pursue this gap in society. Thus, Loving You is Red was born. Loving You is Red is an advocacy that aims to raise awareness about teen dating violence. So, the advocacy title was inspired by Taylor Swift's song Red, and how toxic behaviors in romantic relationships are also called red flags in slang terms. I was fortunate enough to get the stamp of approval from my professor, Dr. Jade Snow Johnson, our BA Communication Chairperson and Professor for Senior Project, to pursue this issue for my project, and from there, the journey in creating this advocacy began. So when picking a consultant for this project, one person also came to mind. Sir Joseph Manuel Soliva is currently the Guidance Associate for grades 8 to 10 at the University of St. Salle Basic Education Unit, and was also our counselor in junior high school as well. So upon asking if this issue was still very much prevalent among teenagers today, he confirmed that there are indeed instances of dating violence that is still happening among teens in junior high school. So upon hearing my initial project brief, he instantly was up for the role and the challenge of being the consultant throughout this advocacy. So we would meet and talk face-to-face, through email or private messaging, discussing how to make this project come into fruition. With his patience and guidance, we were able to successfully craft and conduct various activities and initiatives to help the junior high school students understand teen dating violence with the help of BEU Guidance Services Center and our Community of Practice, or COP, the junior high school peer facilitators, who will ensure the sustainability of this advocacy. Moreover, promoting this advocacy requires the utilization of the tri-media outputs that we have encountered throughout our stay in the BA Communication program, such as print by creating banners, flyers in our Empower Freedom Mall. In radio naman, where we got the chance to guest in Tito Mike's Barako Break segment at FMR Bacolod. Advocacy, just search up Loving You is Red, capital po ang R-E-D, Red, in Facebook, and also our Instagram page, which is at lovingyouis.red. And please help us in spreading awareness about teen dating violence just by sharing and commenting, liking, reacting. It will really help in bringing this topic to the forefront. Thank you so much. As well as TV in which we produced values advertisement displayed along the corridors of the university, and we also did another guesting at Digital News Exchange, or DNX, where we shared what we know about the issues we chose to focus for our senior project. Technology is also widespread. The use of social media is also just fitting in spreading the word of this advocacy as well. We maximize the power of Facebook and Instagram in creating and sharing all of our collaterals related to teen dating violence, and quite surprisingly, the reach was also quite positive. With all of these platforms, we have reached hundreds and thousands of people, and it is nice to know that through our advocacy, through our collaterals, we are able to educate more people, not just our teens, and we had a wider reach of audience. So of course, doing this advocacy as a one-woman show was not an easy feat. You could not rush Seniors Project in just a day, so thorough planning as well as the conceptualization of collateral materials needed to be sat down and checked out to see if the message is clear and will be understood by people effectively. So after that, we would dive right into production. So with almost no manpower, where else should we ask for help? So family and friends were ready to support and aid in whatever they could help with our advocacy in making it happen. With that, Loving You is Red had flourished amidst the adversities of a small circle of volunteers, as well as a very tight budget that we had to fit into a month's worth of promotions. So as project lead, I also had to look for ways in which we could continue funding our activities as well. So we felt the outstanding love and support from all of the people who have supported our sustainable startup. In such a small way, it has already created a big impact in fueling further the support for preventing teen dating violence. It was also astounding as to how we were able to push through, but we tried to look at these as stepping stones, the pathway in allowing teen dating violence to be brought into awareness among junior high school students. We all start from somewhere, and we are not perfect at the beginning of our journey. Conducting this advocacy started in the hottest time of the year, so it was also difficult to get students to attend our activities due to the dangerous levels of the heat index leading to frequent suspensions. But nevertheless, we found a way. We chose student leaders to participate and take in what there is to know about teen dating violence, and it was made possible again with the help of the BU Guidance Services Center and with my classmates, friends who had also assisted us in preparing our activities. So our students actively engaged and shared their insights on the issue, citing their learnings and how important it is to be educated on it. They also expressed their willingness again to participate in the near future, stating suggestions as to how the advocacy can also be integrated into their subjects, such as Araling Panlipunan, in which they had also shared that it is also tackled in that subject as well.
This advocacy taught me that we should always protect ourselves and hindi ka mo dapat mag-love kid too much kay sometimes it will cause a lot of hurting mental good kag physical. It is important that people don't know that they get hurt na, and sometimes na masakitan man kita, but we don't know kay love tagid ang tao so much na willing ta maging masakit siya. So yeah, it is important.
It was fun and exciting. I learned a lot from my sister's advocacy. I got to know a lot of things that aren't good to do in a relationship, like stalking, hurting someone. It is important to spread awareness of teen dating violence because people don't really actually realize that they are hurting the person that they're in a relationship with. They don't know if they are already giving negativity to the person that they love and violence to that certain person.
So, not only that, our junior high school peer facilitators were more than willing to be the bridge between our victims and our counselors as we established our helpline. Through this initiative, students can seek help discreetly about their relationship problems in a safe manner by dropping their concerns in our Dropbox. there were many ways as to how the students, the staff, the faculty, our families and friends have expressed their support. May it be through assisting us in the creation of our collaterals, writing messages of encouragement, purchasing fins throughout our run of the startup from the bottom of our hearts. We thank you for joining us in our mission in preventing teen dating violence.